there's so much equity in experience here, because first-timers, including myself, you make a lot of mistakes. And I just mentioned one of them. I mean, we just got a bill for the last movie from SAG that was unaffordable, and the movie hasn't even, broken even, and we're getting bills from SAG for residuals, and the movie never came out at theaters. I'm not complaining right now. What I'm trying to say is I'd never anticipated that. So for my next film, I'll have to put away funds rather than having to borrow funds in order to pay for my last movie's SAG, because the way the financials work in independent filmmaking, if you're lucky enough to get a distributor, and I mean that honestly, because there's so much of a flood of independent filmmaking now, if you're lucky enough to get an independent distributor, you have one thing conquered. But what you don't have is the concept of how Hollywood works. First, you're the last person to get paid. And that in itself is troubling, because I financed the movie myself. I can't even conceptualize what it must feel like. And I do know somebody recently who made a movie, and I believe Netflix wanted to buy it for a substantial amount of money, and but not enough to break even. And the filmmaker had no choice in the matter, because he was a hired hand. Even though he directed the movie and produced it, all the money was borrowed. And he really, had to acquiesce to the sale. And I don't think the movie's ever broken even, and he doesn't even talk to the people that he borrowed the money from. And this is not a negative or a positive, it's just an observation of just how, perception reality. I had a guy yesterday tell me, wow, your movie just came out. Yesterday it came out. And he goes, are you going to buy a new house? And I'm going, you read People magazine, And I don't mean that as a joke, because it's the first thing you see in the news. Star Wars made X amount of money. No one, including myself, has any context to understanding what that means. And the outcome of it is that, I think it's pretty critical to understand that the business is changing.